Okay, so if you're an Etsy seller, I bet you know this feeling. You set an ad budget and it just vanishes with like nothing to show for it. You are definitely not alone in that frustration. But here's the thing. A lot of the common advice you hear about Etsy odds, it's actually a trap. So let's dig in and figure out how you can stop burning cash and actually start making some smart moves. Sound familiar? You're just pouring money into the machine, but the sales just aren't popping out on the other side. It can literally feel like you're setting a pile of cash on fire. Well, there's a very, very specific reason for that, and it has less to do with your products than you think and a whole lot more to do with how the system itself is built. Let's pull back that curtain. All right, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and tackle the biggest myth of them all. This is the one that gets so many sellers. It's the idea of using your ad budget to test new products to see what's going to stick. I mean, it sounds like a smart strategy, right? But it's actually one of the fastest ways to completely drain your bank account. And this slide right here shows you the huge misunderstanding we all have about Etsy ads. On the left is what we hope we're doing, some smart market research to find a winning product. But on the right, well, that's what the algorithm is actually programmed to do. Its goal is not to find your best seller. Its one and only job is to spend your daily budget on whatever gets clicks and to do it fast. That's it, because clicks are how Etsy makes its money from ads. So this leads to something our source calls the pyramid effect. Okay, picture this. You've got, say, 10 brand new products you want to test. One of them, just by pure luck, gets a couple of clicks early in the day. The algorithm sees that and bam, it funnels your entire budget to that one single product. It completely starves all your other listings. So your test, it was over before it even really started. And here's the real kicker. Here's the fatal flaw in this whole system. The algorithm has no way of telling the difference between a click from a serious buyer who's got their credit card out and the click from, someone just sharing a funny mug with their buddy. It sees all clicks as exactly the same. And what that means is you can easily, and I mean easily, spend your entire budget on a product that's getting a ton of attention, but absolutely zero real sales. So if you're not supposed to use ads to test out new stuff, then when in the world should you use them? Well, this brings us to a really simple but really powerful rule that will tell you whether you should even be thinking about turning on ads in the first place. Okay, you might want to sit down for this one because it's a pretty shocking number. The expert we're drawing from says that a staggering 90% of Etsy sellers should not be using ads at all, period. If your shop isn't already a top performer, running ads is an almost guaranteed way to just lose money. So how do you know if you're in that elite 10%? Well, it all comes down to one golden rule. You should only switch on Etsy odds if your shop is already making 3 or more organic sales every single day without spending a single penny on advertising. The logic here is actually super simple, but it's really powerful. Making multiple sales every day gives Etsy what's called customer proof. It's you proving to the system that people already want your stuff, they love it, they buy it. And when you have that organic proof, then your ads have a much, much higher chance of working because all they're doing is amplifying something that's already a proven winner. Without that proof, you're not advertising, you're just gambling. Okay, time for bombshell number 2. And this is a big one, you guys. It trips up so many sellers. It's this belief that if you run successful ads, it'll give your products a permanent boost in Etsy's organic, non-paid search results. Let me be absolutely crystal clear about this, because there is no gray area here. The ads algorithm and the organic search algorithm are two totally separate systems. They might as well live on different planets. They do not talk to each other. Ad performance is pure pay-to-play. It's driven by your budget. Organic performance is earned through things like good SEO and a history of sales. One has zero, and I mean zero, influence on the other. This quote from the source just says it all, doesn't it? The second you turn off your ad budget, any visibility you paid for is just gone. Poof, instantly. It doesn't carry over. It doesn't give you any lasting organic benefit. Thinking ads will boost your organic rank is like thinking that if you rent a fancy car for a day, the rental company will just let you keep it. It's not going to happen. All right, so let's say you meet the daily sales rule and you totally get that these myths are, well, just myths. Now for the most important part of all. How do you actually know if your ads are making you money? It all comes down to a really simple formula.
First things first, you've got to know this term ROAS. It stands for return on ad spend. This is your most important metric for sure. It's just a simple ratio that tells you exactly how many dollars in sales you're getting back for every single dollar you're putting into your ads.
And this chart right here, this shows you the magic number. For most of us selling physical products, the goal is a 4-to-1 return on ad spend. As you can see, for every $1 you put in, you need to be getting $4 in revenue back out. That's your baseline for being profitable.
So you're probably asking, why 4-to-1? Why that specific number? Well, think about it. That first dollar you get back just covers the dollar you spent on the ad. That just gets you back to zero. It's the other $3 that have to cover everything else. The cost of the actual product, your Etsy fees, shipping supplies, your time, and, hopefully a little bit of actual profit for yourself. Anything less than 4-to-1 and you are very likely losing money.
Now, for all you digital product sellers out there, as this table shows, the target's a little different. Because you don't have material costs, you can aim for a lower 2-to-1 ROAS. But, and this is a huge but, our source warns that it's often even harder for digital products to be profitable with ads. The competition is just insane, so you have to be so careful and watch your numbers like a hawk. So let's just recap the big truths here. Number 1, only advertise proven winners that are already selling organically every single day. Number 2, ads will never ever boost your organic rank. And number 3, if you're not getting at least a 4-to-1 return on physical products, you're probably losing money. So now that you're armed with this knowledge, the question isn't just about whether ads are a tool or a trap. The real question is, are you ready to start treating your ad budget like a serious business investment instead of a lottery ticket?